Hey everyone, welcome back to Disney Sorcerer Arena. Before we get started, if you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, it really does help. Ring the bell if you want updated notifications when I post something that you might be interested in. Because I'm trying to grow this and I'd love to know your feedback. I'm going to be needing your feedback in this one because in this video we're talking about bold predictions. This is something I do probably far too often, I think, but I think it's something that we need to talk about today. Because, earlier this year I said, hey, I think Winnie the Pooh is coming. I think he's going to be who we get first, and it ended up being Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. But yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot of stuff. I think that 2022, and maybe early 2023 up until the 3-year mark might be the year of the wilds. Why do I say that? Well, glad you asked. Because up until at this time last year, all we had was Merida, the Frozen, Lion King, Baloo, and Hopper. Since then, they put in Frank and Lily. We had Shere Khan and Polka already. We had Mordo already, but they put in the miners. They put in Pasha. They put in Frank and Lily. So they put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 new wilds. And you're like, well, what makes you think they're going to add more? Couple things. One, these are the Oceanics. They've been putting in Oceanics from the start, periodically. When the game first started, there was no Eric, there was no Moana, there was no Smee, there was no Papagantu, there was no Peter Pan, there was no Maui, there was no Stitch, there was no Milo, there was no Wendy, there was no King Triton, there was no Cover Bubbles, there was no Kita, there was no Ursula when the game first launched. And, obviously going towards the first raid, which was Ursula in October of 20, they put in the King Triton Tower with Eric and King Triton. They put in the Stitch Tower with Lita with Gantu, Bubbles, and Stitch. They put in Ursula. Last year they put in the rest of the Peter Pan crew. They've added Kita. They put in Ursula as a reward. They put in Maui and Moana. And so I think they're gonna give. Now I'm not saying that they're not gonna do anything Oceanic related. It's just that they did, and I'm gonna go say it. I do think that we're gonna get more Oceanic characters. I just think that we're not gonna get as many as we saw in the past couple years. I probably think a handful, maybe. Don't know that we're gonna get much more than that though. Mythicals. Obviously, there was a lot of build up to the Siege on Olympus raid. We started the game with Hades, Merlin, Horn King, a lot of these people here. But then they brought in Hermes. They brought in everybody for the Hercules trio to get Herc. They brought in Keith Triton. They made a lot of these subpar, not used mythicals. They made them so you need them, so that they're not forgotten. And I think that's gonna be the idea. I do think there's a possibility that we could get Alice in Wonderland this year. We don't know, but I'm starting to think there's a bigger thing here there's a bigger possibility that we could get Cinderella, because we got Snow, Because when this game first started, we just had, when the game first started, I think I talked about this previously. We just had Jasmine and Ariel, and then slowly they've just been adding. They added Belle with Beauty and the Beast. They added Rapunzel in her own tower. They added Tiana. They just added Snow. Um, they've revamped Merida to make her better. They've revamped Rapunzel to make her better. Snow is going to make that team incredible. That princess team incredible. And I think if Cinderella's coming, if Cinderella, whether she comes in the tower, whether or not she comes into a legendary event, I do think that's possible. I do think that we could see a legendary event where we see Cinderella come in, where maybe they put the stepsisters in, who wouldn't necessarily be mythical. So the stepsisters for Godmother, I think, would be mythical, obviously, and then Cinderella herself, I think, would be mythical. Or she could be Kingdom, because that's how they do this stuff. So that's a possibility. Also, they could put her in a tower. I'm not sure that I see that happening, but we do know that we are probably going to get a replacement for probably 2 towers this year. And that being, I would say that the Triton Tower is obviously going to go bye-bye. I probably want to say it's going to go bye-bye by the end of June, I think. We're going to see the end of Triton Tower and the introduction of a new tower. I don't know if it's going to be Cinderella. I don't know what it's going to be, but it could be that. Moving on, Kingdom. Kingdom gets a lot of love. When this game first started, Kingdom was the king. You had the Aladdin people. They've always been in the game. You had Shan Yu at the beginning. You had a Milquetoast Gaston at the beginning. You had Sheriff. You did have Eastman and Kronk, not in their current iteration then, but you had Moana. But you had Mulan, but they've added Quasi, they've added Maximus, they've added Mother Gothel, they've added Anna, Esme, Maurice, Rapunzel, Frollo, Mrs. Potts, Cogsworth, Raya, excuse me, Flynn, Beast, Lumiere, Belle, Maleficent, and of course Snow. Do you think we're going to get Evil Queen? Just want to put that out there. She's coming. We're probably going to get her. I don't know if she's going to be the legendary, next legendary, or the legendary after that. But I think Evil Queen's coming probably in time for Halloween, I would say. So somewhere between the end of April and Halloween, the end of October, we're going to get Evil Queen some way, somehow. So get ready for that. Other than that, I don't think we're going to get a lot. I don't think we're going to get any more. Because I think if we're talking what's the next princess that I think is going to come out, I think it's going to be Cinderella. I think that when they do Aurora, it won't be until 2023. I just don't think they're there. So I think it's going to be Cinderella before we see Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. So, yeah, I don't see a lot more Kingdom coming out. Could be wrong. I love Kingdom. I wish they'd come out with more Kingdom, but I think we're done with Kingdom for now. Downtown. Downtown has everybody. Everybody's downtown. Everybody's downtown. I do think that the Rescue Rangers will get a revamp. When their movie comes out at the end of May. I think that we're going to see the end of the Incredible event. I think the Incredible event, I think you might see that the next time it comes around, they're going to be like, this is the last run for the Incredible event. And then I think they'll put them in the side campaign, just like they've done everything else. Toy Story, I think we're going to see another last run of the Toy Story event, and then it's going to go away also. They're probably going to come up with Zootopia. I don't know. Zootopia is coming sooner rather than later because they have Judy Hopps in. Obviously, Inside Out's going to come sooner rather than later because they have Jingles and Anger in. So I think those would be the two likely candidates for for downtown. Don't know about anything else. That leads us back to Wilds. So I talked about, I think that they've obviously said that the Zerg event is over. They've obviously said that the Into the Unknown, the Frozen event is over. I think that they're going to be ending the Toy Story event and the Toy Story and the Incredible event. They might do it like they do for, like where they have the permanent events, like for Aladdin and for Hero. And I think what we're going to get is I think we're going to get the Gummy Bears this year. So I think we're going to get a legendary in the Pooh Crew, being a new legendary event for Winnie the Pooh. I think that we're going to get a minor event like what you see with the Toy Story event and the Rescue Rangers. Those are all minor events. And I think we're going to see the addition of the Gummy Bears possibly. I don't know. I think we're going to see. I think we could see the Great Mouse Detective come in as a tower, perhaps. I don't know. Because, and I think that this is a strong indication that our new raid for this year is going to be Wilds. So we had an Oceanic. They put in a bunch of Oceanics. They did a lot of stuff. Making mythicals better for the Siege on Olympus. I think that this could be I think that we're going to see a Wilds theme raid this year. I think that the miners were the first step in that. I think we're going to get ten to 15 is pretty high, but I'll go somewhere between 10 and 15 more Wilds characters. Winnie the Pooh, I think, would be another 7 or 8 probably. Gummy Bears would be another 5 or 6. So if they just did those two alone, that would be enough. Gummy Bears, I think, have to be wild. I do think we could see more ducks come in this year, but because I don't think it was a fluke that we have all this duck stuff right now. Because what do you think of ducks during spring? Does that make any sense whatsoever? I think there's a chance we get Launchpad this year. Magic at a Spell. I think we get all of the people that we got in that pack. I think maybe Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I think maybe Webby. I think maybe Mrs. Beakley. Because we have this guy in the game, right? And his name is Donald Duck, right? His name is Donald Duck. And he has a duck leadership. Why does he have a duck leadership? There's only a handful of ducks in. So ducks. So what I've said in this video is I think ducks are coming. I think there's a possibility for the gummy bears. I think the Pooh Crew could be coming. I think Zootopia could be coming. I think Inside Out could be coming. I definitely think Winnie the Pooh is coming though. I feel really good about the gummy bears. I feel really good about what I said about the Wilds in general. Gummy bears, ducks. Yeah, feel really good about it. Don't know that they're going to get around to. I think we'll see one more princess this year. I don't. They could do them both. They could do Cinderella and Aurora, and people would just continue to lose their minds about playing against princesses. Guess what? I'll play the princesses because they're good. They're good, and when they do drop Cinderella and what's her name, and Aurora. When they do drop Cinderella and Aurora, guess what? The princesses are just going to get stronger. The princesses are just going to get stronger. So just keep that in mind. Because with Snow being the first legendary in the princess legendary in the game, they're super strong. When they bring in Cinderella, they're going to get stronger. When they bring in Aurora, they're going to get stronger. I do think Cinderella's going to come before Aurora because people are going to lose their mind because apparently people don't like Kingdom, even though Kingdom is great. More people need it, but people want to play Mythical, and people are like, oh, I love her because he's so good. Guess what? This is a fact. This is probably really a fact. It's an opinion, but I'm going to call it fact. Hercules' day in the sun is over. Hercules had a good run of over a year. Guess what? The party's over. You can still run. You can still run Herc. You can still run Mythicals. But their day in the sun is over. I'm sorry. It's princesses. It's wilds. Get used to it. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys. That was fairly controversial, but you can play your, if you want to go out and build your Lego team, great, congratulations, have fun with that. I look forward to destroying it with my princesses. Or whatever I end up running it here. It's probably going to be princesses, that's just, long-term goals. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell me, what do you think of my bold prediction? Am I off my rocker? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think there's no way they're going to put the gummy bears in? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because they were on that first survey that came out a while ago, and to my knowledge, they're almost through them. And I think that the gummy bears are coming this year. And they're going to be wilds. This is the year of the wilds. If you think I'm wrong about the year of the wilds, just wait. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll be back later. I'll be back very soon with my 13-month update and what we're going to be doing moving forward. Till then, I'll see ya. Bye.